Disclaimer: the complaints expressed in this video are not my true opinion, so don't get all flustered in the comments. Like all this is fair use under the comedy and parody section. With that out of the way, let's get into the video.
I spy something white.
Has he been doing this the whole time? Because, of course, if he's just saying this over and over. What are you doing, Jay? By the way, there's the only things that are white are the snowflakes, so you should probably be you know.
Oh, I spy something broken.
How'd you figure that one out, Sherlock?
The most powerful move in Spinjitzu can only be accomplished when all four elements are combined. Earth, ice, fire, lightning.
Why is he randomly talking about this right now? He just burst out about the most powerful power in Spinjitzu, the tornado of creation. Why?
No, Kai. If done incorrectly, it will lead to disastrous consequences.
Disastrous consequences. Right. Wasn't me. Did I do that?
No, Kai. How would you do that just by jumping around and spinning?
We are being followed. Let's go. All right.
This is the one time we see Jay's invention in the entire show. Also, for these two weapons, the Shuriken's of Ice and the Nunchucks of Lightning, they have a tiny little montage when for the Scythe of Quakes and the Sword of Fire, they did something much bigger.
Kai, I have to go.
Mia, wait up!
Why would the actual Nia randomly run over to where Kai is sleeping, say his name to attract his attention, and then just run away? How did Kai get fooled by this? Creaky door cliche.
Mia!
If you don't remove the sword, how else will you cut the chains to save your precious little sister?
Why is Garmadon so much creepier and so much more powerful, it seems, in the pilot episodes than he acts and feels throughout the rest of Ninjago when he was evil?
Stay close.
Trust me, I'm not going anywhere.
You can't hurt us. You're only a shadow.
Even shadows have their uses.
Kai, look out!
Stay back, Mia.
Stay close, stay back, make up your mind.
Nia's right.
That's not fair.
Life isn't fair, Nia. That does not make any sense.
But what of the other three?
They are safe, far from your grasp, Garmadon.
Far? They are literally in the forest right next to the fire temple. Why doesn't the dragon recognize Wu as the guy who placed him there to protect the sword? No.
My brother has taken the sword of fire to the underworld. Hurry! Return home and unite the weapons before it's too late.
Change of plans. To the underworld!
These Skulkin will yay for anything.
Great. Now what? Now we get out of here. Jay, before you do that, you might wanna warn us.
He did. He pulled out a sword and said that he was going to cut you free.
Hey, Cole!
Why does Jay randomly lose his voice here? It seems like such a random thing just for him to lose his voice because Cole accidentally hit him. And it seems like it's going to be such a big thing. But in like 5 minutes, Jay has his voice back. Was he sleeping? He literally fell down a lava pit to the underworld. How did he fall asleep?
We might not be able to cross over.
Did they make this scene of the Temple of Fire opening just so they could have it open in the set to reveal the dragon?
Our father used to tell us stories about the dragons
You were 3. How do you remember?
that belong to both worlds and buried between them.
First off, 2 things about this. She says both worlds like she knows that Cole said that dragons aren't from this world. And also, she says both worlds. Which, okay, maybe she didn't know. But there's 16 worlds, Nia.
He cannot talk, but he wants to know if you like blue.
It's my favorite color.
Yes.
What a creep, first off. And second off, why is that something that makes Nia like Jay? Just because he's the blue ninja and blue is her favorite color.
You're right, Cole. But I got a way to fix that. Easy?
And it just cuts to them with the dragons. It doesn't even show us how they got them, just cuts them in the sky with the dragons.
So how do the dragons cross over to the underworld? I think we're about to find out!
So you didn't know before. You were just guessing. Or you remembered that your father said it, even though you're very young, and somehow managed to remember that. You were just hoping that the dragons would be able to cross over to the underworld.
Nothing gets through without inspection.
Ninja search!
That did not look like it was going to hit anyone at all.
Can I be the first to say it's been an absolute pleasure since Jay lost his voice?
Irony. Also, character trying to tell the other characters something, but they aren't listening. Cliche.
If there are more than one ninja, is it ninjas or just ninja?
I think it's just ninja.
Oh, okay. Then, ninja!
Really, the army did not notice this until the guy shouted ninja. Seriously? They didn't notice it. Knuckles just, ninja. And then they finally realized, oh wait, these guys are not skeletons.
Brother.
Was Garmadon waiting behind the door because he knew who was coming? Or does he just hang out there?
Let's do this! Earth! Fire! Ice! Lightning! Ninjago!
And they formed the tornado of creation without any practice, without any learning of how to do it. Sensei didn't even tell them how to do it. He just said, combine the 4 elements. How were they supposed to know? They were supposed to spin into each other. Also, this is their first try, the first time they've ever heard of it, the first time they've ever tried it. And no disastrous consequences happen. What a wimp.
Bring me the 4 weapons.
Look at this. So before he knocked Sensei Wu out and started to take the Sword of Fire, he had 2 shurikens. Then right as he takes out Sensei Wu, he has no shuriken. And as he picks up the sword, he has 1 shuriken.
Selfish fool.
Roasted.
Did you think I wouldn't plan on your betrayal?
How did he plan Samukai's betrayal? There was no evidence, and he's way more powerful than Samukai. So there are all the reasons for Samukai to obey him.
Father would not want you to do this, brother.
Why does Wu's voice randomly get high-pitched?
You is his favorite.
Yeah, probably because you turned evil.
My turn!
Really? They are already in love? They've spoken 1 sentence to each other. Good ending. And I mean that literally, not sarcastic.